Hello everyone, my name is Julia. I'm a design, fashion, and lifestyle content creator. I hope you're having a beautiful day and a wonderful holiday season. Today I'm making a video that I'm really excited about. I honestly have been trying to make this video for the past semester, but I've not had the emotional or brain capacity to do so. So I'm very excited to be doing this today with you all. It is my remote student favorites video, and I guess you could say remote design student favorites video. A lot of these things in here are very specific to what design students may find very helpful resources and tools, and also things that honestly have just brought me joy this year in general. I know that this year has been, really discouraging for a lot of people. I know my school, Academy of Art University, is going to be remote again next semester. I hope that you can bring these tools with you, check them out, and hopefully they can also bring joy to your school routine. So the first type of favorite that I'm going to go into today are design tools and resources that I think are super underrated, and I think that you should try them out if they apply to you. The first is actually applicable to everyone, I'm sure. You don't have to be a design student to like this, but Notion. You may have heard of this app before. It is a web as well as a mobile app, and if you are a student, you can use your student email to access the Pro Education Plan, which is what I'm on. Also a disclaimer, none of the items or none of the apps or anything that I'm saying in this video are sponsored at all. This is just like from the bottom of my remote student heart to yours, just recommendations because I genuinely love all these things. The best way to describe it to someone within 10 seconds is like if Google Docs and your notes app in your phone had a baby, put that baby through puberty, gave it steroids, and then just packaged it perfectly. Notion is fantastic. It is where I track my job applications. It is where I keep notes for class, where students of UXD is really just like organized. That's how we work in that Notion workspace. It is an amazing app and has a bunch of different templates that you can use, and you can like find different uses for it. So I would highly recommend, if you are someone like me that likes to keep my life organized in one place, definitely try out Notion if you haven't already. Second app that I wanted to recommend is Notability, and Notability has been on my iPad since like high school. In my high school, we had a one-to-one iPad program, and we basically used this app. Like, it was kind of standard for every class that you use Notability because you could download PDFs and write on the worksheets that the teachers like handed out to you or sent to you. I never really used it again until this year. When we went remote, I remember it was just really hard to keep track of my notes during my classes because in my major, we actually have like 3-hour classes with really long critiques. Like most of the class, if not all of the class, is just critiques. And so you can get a lot of Zoom fatigue, but one thing that I really like about Notability is in my class, we usually turn in a PDF, which is our process book, or just like the work that we've done. What I like to do is download that PDF onto Notability and just write notes and take the notes as I'm going and as I'm listening to my critique on Zoom. I also really love how you can actually record audio on Notability on the app, so you can like go through and not have to look back through the extremely long Zoom video. I think that it's just helped me kind of expedite my work process and reflecting, and like when I'm stressed, I don't know about you all, but I tend to like have like a foggy memory, so it's just a really nice clutch for me whenever I want to like start homework and it's been a few days and I might have forgotten a few things. So definitely check them out. The next app that I have recently discovered thanks to my friend Vicky is called Marvel. It's a web app. I believe you can also download it onto your desktop. You can use this tool for UX design, so it's kind of like a hybrid of like XD, Sketch, the typical apps that you would use to design, I don't know, your mobile sketches or desktop sketches and so on. But the thing that I love about it is that you can embed your prototypes onto your site so that you can actually have someone go through your prototype on your site. And I'm sure that, like other apps have this available as well, but it was just so quick for me to use. I actually had to get some stuff done really quickly for a class. I just uploaded my designs from XD really quickly. You're able to have like different hotspots and like just like make make things very fast. So if you need to rapidly iterate and have like the proof of the prototype on your site really quickly, I would highly recommend Marvel. I believe the first project that you make is free, so definitely try that out. Honestly, it's fun to play around with it, so definitely check out marvelapp.com. All of the things that I'm gonna say are linked down below in the description box as well, so you don't have to take notes. The next resource that I wanted to share is actually a website, and I have mentioned this before, and it's Fonts in Use. And regardless of whether I'm doing graphic design work or UX design work, I love this site because it just shows different beautiful ways that typography is used. I know that when I kind of go through my ideation and like discovery process, I like going on Pinterest to look for type pairings and so on. But I'm sure, as you all know, not everything on Pinterest is like the type of style that you want and kind of like actually designed by people from agencies and have a lot of experience. So I highly recommend just going through Fonts in Use, because if you have specific keywords like 70s or 80s or retro or vintage, like this is basically the holy grail of curated font pairings. If that makes any sense. Very nerdy design thing, but it makes me really happy because it shows, the type boundaries, where the typefaces are from, where you can access these typefaces. So it kind of, in a way, is able to make your job easier in doing research for typography. The next set of favorites that I'm gonna be talking about are all design student favorites if you're trying to look for a job and or an internship. The first that I wanna talk about is obviously LinkedIn. I honestly don't know where I would be without LinkedIn this COVID season. I have met one of my best friends now, Vicky, also co-founder of Students of UXD with me on LinkedIn. I was able to meet other people from that are alumni in my school that have been helping me. I feel like LinkedIn is definitely something that you should have. If you do not have it, please make an account right now. I actually am going to be hosting an event with Internet, and it's going to be sometime in January or February, and I'm going to be showcasing a personal online branding workshop, so make sure to watch out for that. But I highly recommend, if you haven't updated your LinkedIn profile or haven't signed up, it is very intimidating at first, but trust me, you will not regret it. The next thing that I want to talk about is somewhat related. It's called Jumpstart. It is another job finding application to help you look for internships. However, the thing that makes them different is that this is targeted towards students in universities that want to get their first internship or their first job. It's really cool because there's different groups and different forums that you can openly chat about, and they also have fantastic events that that are relevant to what you want to do. It's really fantastic because Jumpstart actually enabled Students of UXD to be a company in order to have our events showcased there as well. But it's really nice to be able to kind of be in a very niche community of students that are trying to find jobs, trying to navigate this time. Recruiters chime in there, lots of relevant voices in the community chime in there as well. So definitely start a Jumpstart account if you have not as well. Jumpstart and LinkedIn fit together very nicely. So that is honestly one of the two most important things in my job finding toolkit. Another thing that is super helpful is a website called interns.design. The website is called interns.design, and it is such a fantastic website. TK, shout out to you for making this site. It's literally a curated list of new grad positions and of internship positions, specifically in design, right there for you. Literally, he does the work of just laying everything out. He also updates the position, so sometimes we don't know as people that are applying, unfortunately, whether or not a position has been closed or open, because sometimes people ghost us. But I am so grateful that I found this resource. TK, shout out to you for doing this work. He is a product designer, I believe, in Ramp in NYC, and he's just doing this on the side as well. So this has really helped me kind of narrow down the different places that I wanted to apply to, and I have applied to different internships on here. He also has a newsletter, so definitely check that out. The next few things that I'm going to be recommending are actually on Instagram, which is why I'm on my phone. I I promise I'm paying attention. So this account, We the Makers Jobs, is a fantastic platform. Their feed is just basically a ton of different job positions, like internationally, that are open and that you can apply for. And this is not just for like UX design, there's graphic design, there's like art directing, there's senior motion designers, there's like, I'm just scrolling through right now, but it's fantastic. Sometimes it's also just really nice when I see something that, you know, can apply to my friends. I'll just send it to her on Instagram, and it's just really nice too, because it's like, you can help a friend out, you can help yourself. It's also just a really nice feed to look at. The next person that I want to give a shout out to, Marissa has an Instagram called Mesh Times, and it's a fantastic curation of just like design memes, design help. She has her own Notion template that I actually have been implementing in my own Notion kind of world. I'm really excited because she recently released a hat, I think it's like a baseball hat basically, and it says Fluent in Figma, and I got myself one. I'm super excited to get it in the mail. It says, for every hat that you buy, we will sponsor education for kids in need. Children in poverty face tough challenges, hunger and malnutrition, limited access to education. So I just love the fact that, you know, she's not only doing something that's like helping us relate to each other on Instagram, but also, you know, doing something for a cause. Definitely follow Mesh Times on Instagram if you want some quality design content on your feed. All right, the next few things that I'm gonna be talking about are slightly less like design or work related, but still relevant and still my favorites this remote student season. If you can't tell already, I have become definitely a plant parent, or I'm experiencing plant parenthood ever since the beginning of COVID. I've already had plants, like indoor plants beforehand, but I feel like being at home and like just like getting into plant YouTube specifically, I've just fallen in love with being able to take care of these beautiful beings. I typically get my plants from Etsy, Lowe's, like I just like random places online, and also when I could go out in stores, and I just love the energy. I don't know, that sounds kind of woo-woo, but I'm gonna go with it. I just love having them in my room. They make me really happy. It really is awesome to be able to see something just like that you took care of, like grow and just like thrive in a space where you can thrive as well. I love just being able to have them here. They make me really happy. And so I would highly recommend you getting an indoor plant if you want to try it out. One of the plants that I do recommend to people who are kind of afraid of like taking care of plants, or I don't know, just forget to water their plants but want something green, is actually this ZZ plant. We have some propagations downstairs, and the more I don't think about the plant or water the plant, the more growth comes out of it. So that's just kind of random, but definitely think about getting yourself a plant if you haven't already. I'm going to link my favorite Etsy shops down below as well. The next thing I want to talk about is a playlist. In order for myself to get into like a work zone or work mode, I like listening to the Spotify playlist called Peaceful Piano. I used to listen to lo-fi beats. If I really want to like get into my work and like can't afford to have like words because I need to like type up words or something, those are the two playlists that I highly recommend. I was watching The Queen's Gambit with my best friend Clara, and there was this one song that the mother plays, and I was like, that's from Peaceful Piano, and just made me feel a little bit more cultured than I actually am, but whatever. So definitely check those two playlists out. I love them. I've been using them even before COVID and this mess happened. I hope they also help your productivity as much as they've helped me. The next thing that I wanted to talk about are my earrings. Aren't they so pretty? They are made by my dear friend Morgan. She has an Etsy shop. She has an Etsy shop called Queer Abstraction, and I've been obsessed with all her collections that she's just been like tossing out this COVID season. I'm so proud of her, and I literally am like one of her #1 fans. I have these. I also have my Waverleys, and also forgetting the word of the other one, and studs. I haven't really been into lots of dangly earrings for a while, but the reason why I feel like I've just been so into them lately is because when I feel like I don't want to dress up, don't want to do makeup, I don't want to do anything, but I have to go on a call, just having these on is like, I don't know, it makes me feel a little bit more professional, like a little bit more dressed up, and it's kind of that like Zoom outfit from like here on up, and it makes me feel really happy. And I've gotten countless comments and compliments on my earrings, and they are all made by Morgan. She is so good at what she does. So please check out her Etsy shop down below. If you also are aware of any other small businesses from designers that you love, please comment them down below. I'd love to kind of have like a little bucket of different small businesses that we can all kind of like be cheerleaders for together. So definitely let me know down below. And finally, my last but definitely not the least favorite that I'm going to talk about today is therapy. And I don't know where I would be without the consistent therapy sessions that I have been having with my therapist, Lisa. I wanted to specifically give a shout out to a company called OpenPath. And OpenPath is essentially an organization that allows you to search for different therapists that are under your specific budget. I found OpenPath when I first wanted to start therapy in person in San Francisco, and in San Francisco therapy is very expensive, and I don't really have fantastic health insurance, and so I knew that I would have to pay out of pocket. The way that they do things is really awesome because essentially all you have to do is go to OpenPath Collective and then sign up. And in order to sign up, it's basically like doing a mini FAFSA to show that you know how much you are able to earn every year and if you qualify for OpenPath. And it took like 5 minutes for me. You have to pay a one-time fee of $60, but from then on out, they provide you a whole list of people that are in your area or are near your area that are therapists that are a part of this collective. I currently pay $60 for every session with my therapist, and I obviously have been loving it. I am much more a person that would rather see someone in person or actually talk to them face to face. So I would highly recommend, if you are hoping to find a therapist and sooner or later transition to them in person, check out OpenPath. I feel like not a lot of people know about it. If you are a person that has always been hesitant to go to therapy, I honestly don't think that there could be a better time to start or try it than now. It's definitely very hard, I think, to be in a space where you can't really speak to a third person unless you actually have a designated third person to speak to about your problems, your emotions, or just even your day. I honestly wish that everybody could get therapy. You don't necessarily have to have anxiety or depression or any other normally associated mental health conditions in order to need a therapist. I feel like everybody should just have a therapist because I think it's just very healthy to have this companionship with somebody else that can help you just talk through your feelings. I have been able to navigate through so many things in my life because of therapy, and I'm just an advocate for it. So definitely, if you want to try out affordable therapy, check out OpenPath today, or you can definitely also check out BetterHelp or Talkspace, any type of format to just help you get started. I think that I want to be one of those people on the internet that encourage you to do this. Thank you so much for watching my student favorites video. Let me know if you have any other favorites that you want to share down below. I am so happy and so grateful for you all. I can't believe that I've reached like 520 subscribers. I'm so excited to continue building this community with you all, and I hope you have a happy new year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.